Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me video. So I'm just going to be chit-chatting with you guys, kind of letting you know what's going on with my life while I get ready for. At the end, I show you guys what I take to work for breakfast. So if you're interested, then go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so these videos can get really long if I do my entire foundation routine, so I'm just going to tell you what I used and then finish up the last part of my foundation. So this morning I used a little bit of Fast Response eye cream because I have a little bit of puffiness in my eyes, and I put that on and just wore it while I was working out, and then when I took a shower this morning I washed it off. You can leave it on or wash it off. I just wanted to get like a head start. And then I used my Ultra Sheer Liquid, my Neutrogena for sunscreen and moisturizer. And then I followed up with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. And this is the, it's just the yellow based primer. It's super lightweight and helps your makeup to stay on really well. And now I'm using MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NC25. So I'm just taking this on my palette with a brush, and I've already applied some to my face, and I'm just using like a foundation brush and just kind of getting it on because I'm going to go in with a sponge and blend it out. So I'm just kind of going over some areas that need a little bit more coverage. And I'm having a hormonal breakout right now, and I just wish that these blemishes would go away. I feel like sometimes my skin is so clear and other times it's like a mess. So I'm going to go a little bit over those sunspots that I have. And I always forget my hairline, like I never take it all the way up, so I really have to remember to do that. And now I'm just going to go in with my sponge and just tap out the foundation. And this just gives my foundation a really nice finish. And as you can see, you can still see some of my blemishes, but I'm going to go over that with a concealer. So for now, I'm just going to start with my eyes, and I'm using a mix of the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden and the NYX eye base in white. And I do this because this is just a tad too white and this one's just not light enough, so it just makes the perfect combination. I've been kind of trying to stick with like a really nude eye and then adding false lashes and like a darker lip. So I'm just blending this on with my ring finger. It is so cold today. Like all of a sudden it's fall. It's dropped like 20 degrees in like a few days. Like over the weekend it's been rainy. We really needed the rain though because it's super dry. It's been so dry. But for the last couple of days it's just like fall. And I love the rain. I know a lot of people don't like it, especially people that aren't from Washington that move here or to the Pacific Northwest. They just cannot handle the rain, but I just love it. It's like so comforting to me. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my spoolie and let's see, just comb out my brows. Oh, and you guys, I registered for school. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be taking some accounting classes, which will really help me. I am in the accounting department, but I want to just gain more knowledge of the accounting field. I think it will help me a lot. So basically I do AR at my company, which is a part of accounting, but it's not like the entire thing. I want to know the entire process, and I'm actually really excited about going to school. I know when I was younger, like I wasn't one of those people that was super thrilled about it. It was kind of like you just have to do it. But now that my kids are older and they're a little bit more independent, it gives me an opportunity to do go back to school. So I'm going to be taking a couple classes in accounting, and then I'm also taking an Excel class, which I'm a little bit familiar with like Excel, but there's so much more to be learned. I know like a few formulas and I can get my way around, but I just want to know more. I'm like thirsty for knowledge, you guys, seriously. I'm like ready. Okay, now I'm taking this brulee from Wet n Wild. And I'm just going to take this all over the lid. And I don't even know if I told you, that was Anastasia's Dip Brow and Taupe. I'm just kind of zooming along here. So I'm setting the primer. And just blending it out. And I'm also going to take that just underneath my lower lash line, just to dry any foundation up down there. And now I am taking, let's see, I think this is Wedge. Pretty sure this is Wedge right here. It's just a really light neutral brown, and I'm just taking this into the crease. And it just gives a little bit of definition instead of it being like flat and white. So I want it to be nude, but you still kind of need a little bit of something just to make your eyes have some shape. And then I'm just taking that underneath my lower lash line. See, you guys, I have like these, my eyes just seem really puffy today. Poking myself in the eye just now didn't help. Oh, and school's starting tomorrow. Like, I know that every parent is just waiting for that day. It's been really nice having them home, but I am so ready for them to get back to school and do something productive. I'm just so ready. I think any parent can understand that. Okay, so now I'm taking this shade from MAC. It's called Uninterrupted. And I'm just taking this underneath my lower lash line. Ooh, look at that hair. I feel like I need to be looking up more, because when I'm looking down, you guys can't really see what I'm doing. And then I'm also bringing it just into the outer corner on the edge of the lash line, just to make sure that it blends in seamlessly. And just work on blending it out. And I don't want it to be too deep. I just kind of want to give it that really nice, I love this shade. This shade is so awesome. It's just like, if a brown could be beautiful, this is it. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking, let's see, I need to line my waterline with a nude. And yesterday when I was looking for this, I couldn't find it. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this white. I actually have to sharpen it. This is Fascinating from MAC. I wish I could find my nude, but this will just have to do. The nude one just looks a lot more natural. This brightens up your eyes, but it's a little bit more kind of fake looking. Oh, there it is. I found it. I've been looking for you. So I'm just going to go over that really quick. And then it always gets in my lower lashes, but I will put mascara on and you won't even be able to see it. Okay, now for, I'm going to go ahead and do winged liner. So I'm just looking for my liner brush. Okay, where are you? This always happens. I feel like I spend half of my time looking for brushes. Okay, here it is. Now I'm using the Blackest Black from the L'Oreal Infallible lacquer liners. And I'm not going to get too crazy with the wing. I just want it to be very subtle because I'm going to be using false lashes. So, oops, I knew that was going to happen. This liner makes your brush really like hard and crunchy, so it's really important to wipe it off, and I don't always have time to do that because I'm usually just in a rush in the morning getting ready for work. So I'm just making a tiny wing. And I'm going to go ahead and finish up with my liner and then apply these 1/16 from Ardell, and I will be right back. So while those are still kind of drying, I'm just taking my concealer. I'm using the MAC Pro Longwear in NC20, and I'm just taking a little bit of this on my ring finger, just like a half a pump, and concealing. I'm putting it in the usual highlight places. And then just taking my finger and kind of cleaning up my brow. And then down my nose. And just taking my sponge and blending that out. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's my dryer. It sings to me. Come get me. Fold me. Laundry is never ending, you guys. Especially when you're a mom. Never ends. Okay, so I didn't do this and I forgot, so I'm going to go ahead and do it now. That's kind of what happens when we get ready. We like forget it, and we have to go back in. So I am using Emphasize from MAC, and I saw Jaclyn Hill do this the other day, so I was like, that's a great idea. So I'm just taking a big fluffy brush, and I'm just taking this on the inner corner and using this as my highlight. And I should have done this first, but I wasn't thinking about it. Okay, now for my brow highlight, I'm using nylon, which I've been doing a ton. And I usually don't do highlight on my brow, but I've been doing it lately. And if you just put a small amount, it really looks good. And it really has been just looking great with like a really nude eye. So there is that. See, it's like a pop, but it's not like crazy highlighted eyebrows. Okay, now for contouring. I'm doing my contouring with my sponge because I've just been loving it. And I just dipped my sponge in there, and I did a video on that. I will link it down below if you didn't get to watch that. And I'm just contouring in the normal places. Oh, actually, I was going to go over that blemish, but I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to work, so it's not that big of a deal. And I'm just lightly contouring. I'm not going to go crazy with it. So now I'm taking my highlight shades and I'm using these two lighter shades, and I'm going to set my concealer. And then just go over anywhere that I put my concealer. I just said that, huh? And then to kind of make my contour stand out a little bit more, I'm just going to take it along the bottom of that lightly, and that'll just Just make my contour look a little bit more defined. And I'm not adding a lot, but I'm just gonna go ahead and let that bake. I love saying that, that's so funny. Okay, so while that is baking, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some lip color, and I'm using Please Me. Yes, I know, I use this all the time, but I'm adding a darker lip liner, so it's gonna change the way that it looks. So I have that on, and now I'm using Beat from MAC, and I'm just lining my lips with this, and this just makes it a little bit more of like a fuchsia. I want it to stay like lighter in the middle and then just get darker as it goes out to the edge. And I'm gonna keep it matte today. I'm not gonna add any, what I have been doing though is I've been adding a little bit of this lip butter from Revlon called Sugar Plum. I think I might have talked about that in my favorites, I'm not sure, and I can't find it, but it's like the same shade, it just adds a little bit of shine. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just blend that out, blend it off, the excess powder. And then I do need to add a little bit of color to my cheeks. So I am going to be using Rosy Outlook. Beautiful, beautiful blush. It's a matte blush and it's a pro longwear blush, so it stays on for a really long time. So I'm just adding that. And then for highlight today, I think I'm going to use my Hourglass palette because I never ever use this. I paid so much money for it and I never use it. It's like just not one of my favorite things. I really liked it when I first got it, but it's kind of more of like a skin enhancer. So it doesn't like show up a lot. I'm just going to mix all of the shades and I'm just going to take that on my cheeks. So it just brightens up your face. It's not really like a highlight. I think it's more of like an all over your cheek powder because it does give you a nice glow, but it doesn't give like a pop of shimmer or anything. So it's good if you're going for that like really super natural look. Okay, so I need to add a little bit of mascara just to blend these lashes. Actually, I'm just going to take my eyelash curler and lightly just press my real lashes into the falsies. And then I will go ahead and add a little bit of mascara. I think I want to add a little bit more of that Uninterrupted though on my lower lash line just to deepen it up a tiny bit. So I will do that. And I'm just going to use the same brush that I used before, which is like a smudger brush. This was like the cheapest brush ever, but it's like one of my favorites. I don't even know where it came from really. I just know I didn't spend a lot of money on it. Okay, now I'm using a different mascara on my lower lash line because this just works much better for that. The Jordana Best Lash Extreme. And I'm just gonna take a tiny bit. I don't want it too much. I just want to get rid of that white cast from the nude liner that I put on my waterline. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much done. I just need to finish my hair. Okay, so I'm pretty much done. I flat ironed my hair and then I added a little bit of volume by teasing my roots. And I'm going to be using the Miss Dior today. This smells so good and it's a really great like fall scent. Love it. And I'm going to grab my breakfast, which is the Premier Protein from Costco. these are like the perfect breakfast, and I just throw it in the freezer for like 30 minutes and then it gets kind of like icy. And then my 2 eggs and my coffee, and I'm off to work. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.